Welcome to all who came to hear my tales. Tonight we continue our journey of cryptids and legends as we travel to the island chain of Hawaii, a place known for its beautiful beaches, the luau, salty oceans, and of course snorkeling. And those swimmers often come in contact and in close proximity of sharks, tiger, hammerheads, and occasionally great whites. But first, if you enjoy my videos, then like. Be sure to follow me here, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't forget to smash the bell overhead. Thank you. Now on to our tale. Kamohoalii, shark god of Hawaii. Before I start, if I mess up any of these words, I'm not Hawaiian. Please don't hold it against me. I was stationed at Pearl Harbor as a boatsman mate for my second tour. That is when I decided to leave the Navy and stay in Hawaii. Why not? It's paradise. It's a beautiful place to see and even more lovely to live there. I had made many friends while here, but my brother from another mother was Kai. We both enjoyed taking his boat out to fish or just have some beer after a long day. We lived on the main island of Oahu, near the North Shore. We both worked as welders for the naval shipyard, which was cool because we were neighbors also. One weekend we decided to head out and do some fishing. The waters near North Shore are often very choppy, so we stayed clear of that area. We got to our favorite fishing spot, popped open some beer, and waited for the bite. Now I knew he held sharks in high regard, as did many of the locals on the island. He would even give a portion of his catch, throwing it back into the water as an offering to them. I always thought this was a waste of time, but he advised I should do it too. If you've never been here to the islands, you would be surprised at our weather. I often say we only have two types of weather here: hot and wet. Most days the temperature is quite hot, but you get used to it. Then other days, the rain never seems to end. It was one of those days we found ourselves in. The cloudy weather made a nice, cool overcast, but it also had a threat of storm with it too. After most of the day fishing, we decided it was time to head back home and enjoy our catch, hoping to beat the harsh weather from catching us on the water. Unfortunately, alcohol has a tendency to slow your reflexes down a lot. So we were slower than normal. The weather wasn't. It came upon us quickly as we tried desperately to start the engine. When it did start, we were already in trouble. The waves threatened to capsize us in the small boat. Visions became a blur as the wind picked up speed. Salt water splashing, fish flying, and the sky grew blacker by the second. A large wave flipped the boat, and us with it. My friend was praying to his shark god, and I was trying my best to grab onto the now upside-down boat. Kai was swept away, and I saw a school of flying fish soar over the fallen boat. For those that don't know it, flying fish can reach up to 35 miles an hour. I did not want to get hit by that. However, another wave slammed me into the hull, and all went black. I woke up in a hut near the water's edge. A large, gray-haired man was feeding the fire when he noticed me awake. He offered me a drink and then went out of the small home. Kai came back inside after a few moments, smiling and laughing as he saw me alive. The big Samoan easily pulled me up to him in a bro hug. I smiled back, although my face showed confusion and surprise. We walked outside and the boat was floating in the water, the inside dry, and surprisingly most of our stuff was still in it. Kai told me the storm was bad, and he also woke up in the same hut. The gray-haired man had pulled us both to the safety of land. He then found our boat and brought it inland too. This man never spoke to me or Kai. He only smiled. He had left now, having disappeared during our reunion. We shook our heads and decided to find our way home. Not knowing where we were, we both admitted we were lost. We had slept through the night, and it was now a bright day. In the distance, I saw flying fish. They were safely away from us. Then we saw why they were skipping across the water. The largest shark we had ever seen leaped from the water. It was a great white and easily longer than the boat itself. Great whites don't show up in Hawaii very much. Usually have tiger and hammerheads. So this was an exception. Kai began to pray. I was tempted to join him this time. Then this shark smacked his tail on the water's surface. Not once, but twice. A smile came over Kai's face as he grabbed a bottle of rum and threw it to the fish. He yelled the name Kamohoalii as a fish caught the bottle. I was at a loss, but remembered the name was some kind of shark god. Kai corrected me. He told me this was the shark god, king of the shark people, and we can follow him home. I admit, I thought my friend was crazy, but what choice did we have? The dorsal fin remained on the surface as we followed the great fish. The boat barely kept up with him. And if I did not know better, I swear the shark slowed down for us. We managed to return to shore, and I saw my truck where I left it. The giant shark leaped from the water again, his black eyes locked on us. With that, it sunk to the bottom and disappeared from our sight. My friend would not shut up about the encounter and how it was the king of the shark gods. But honestly, I let him speak. It was great to be driving home after I thought we were both lost at sea. We still go out fishing, although we keep better track of the weather now. We also add a compass and better navigation to the boat. I no longer question my friend when he throws some of his catch into the water anymore, because after that day, I throw some of mine in there with him. And I start giving thanks to Kamohoalii also. Sharks have always played a vital role to the Polynesian people, from worship and offerings to their belief on lineage as well. I was stationed in Oahu for 4 years. I can tell you we had plenty of hammerheads at Pearl Harbor. I have included a link and reference to a video about that in the Arizona Memorial below. If you enjoyed this, then you're welcome to come back next week. We shall see what monster hides in Idaho. As always, beware of those that hide in the Shadowlands.